Welcome to Direwolf Randoms episode 2. Let's jump straight into it. All the figures again. I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to pick one up and then we'll roll if necessary. Okay, so episode 2 we've got, and I can open it, throw the bag apart. We've got, so this is what we've got for episode 2. It's a rat, and he's got a little flintlock pistol, bit of scale armour, nice jacket. There we go, look, a little black powder rat. So this would be perfect for, there's a bit of clean up on the top, be perfect for some of the badgers and burrows. Got a big head. These were part of a load of figures that I ordered from Russia at the start of last year, I believe. Anyway, let's take a look and we'll roll for it. So a 1, I get to choose what I want to do on it. 2 or 3, it's cold colours. 4 or 5, it's warm colours, and on a 6 I've got to use a fair few metallics on him. Okay, let's take a look what we got for episode 2. We got a 3, so that's cold colours. So we'll crack on and see what happens with him. Okay, so this guy is a little rat guy with a pistol, and all I did was prime in black, and I'm starting with my first cold colour, which is a metallic sapphire colour, and that's going straight over his breastplate. And to start with, I really had to think about the coat. I ended up settling on troglodyte blue from the army painter. I wanted it nice and bright, make the chest plate, to make it stand out from the chest plate. I knew that the chain was going to be a pewter gunmetal colour, so I wanted it to be quite bright. So troglodyte blue seemed the right thing to go down with, it being a cold colour scheme. And I wasn't sure at this point what colour I would do the fur on the little guy, but I knew I wanted to keep it like a cool colour scheme, as I said, so I even wanted his fur to be like a cool colour, so I had to dig around through a fair few paints. And after digging through all those paints, I found a lovely blue-grey colour that I've used on Space Wolves before, and on a Frost Giant I've painted in the past. And so I thought it was a lovely colour to keep the cool scheme going with, even with his fur. If I didn't find anything, it may well have ended up black or white, or yeah, black or white. Probably wouldn't have went for a brown. And then next up I used my normal brown leather colour. Didn't want to try and do anything too fancy with him regarding the cool colour scheme. Just did normal brown leather. It's a nice cool brown anyway. And I forgot to do the 1 club vault in the pistol, and I didn't realise until I started the gold. And then I did the pewter or gunmetal on the model, whatever you want to call it. I did the chainmail underneath the breastplate, that all the way around the figure, and I did the gun pewter as well. I still didn't realise at this point about the hand, even though it was jet black. And now I decided to do the gold, which is the belt buckle, the little buckle connecting the belt together, the buttons on the bag, and any little bits of extra detail on the gun. And it was while I was doing the gun that I realised that the hand is jet black on him, not brown. So that was quickly done off camera. And then I was doing the flesh, but when I pressed the stopwatch to go on to time myself, I forgot to press record on the camera until after I'd put the first coat of flesh on. So then when I checked the camera to see how long I'd been, I realised it weren't recording, so I had to click record, and then I started doing it. So you're watching me put the second coat of flesh on basically. And then the next few things were really quick. I had to record myself normally doing it instead of speeding it up in the editing. I did dark blue eyes for him to keep the cold colour scheme, and literally just dotting blue on his eyes, so that's why I couldn't speed it up. Same thing as the eyes, the teeth were literally just filling in the teeth, and I couldn't really speed it up, so you're just watching me normally go about it. It literally took a few seconds to do, hence why it's so short. And now on with my usual brown wash that I've used on pretty much everything on this channel so far, and this is where the figure really comes alive, as I've said in other videos. All the little bits of detail on it is great. I tried not to let it well up too much in certain areas because I didn't want to wash out the colours I'd used, especially on the coat, but little bits here and there create lovely perfect shading, a lovely job of doing it, and I think it looks really good at the end of it. I just kept moving it around so it didn't well up, as I said, because I didn't want to eradicate the actual colours I used. It's just to create shading and tone down the colours ever so slightly. and now that he's fully varnished, it's time to do the basing on him. The tree stump, I added the time it took me to paint it onto the total time for the figure. It took me 2 minutes to paint it and varnish it because it's just a tree stump, and it's something I was going to film and do a video on, but as it was so short I decided not to actually put it out as a video. But anyway, I glued the tree stump down, and then I went along with the texture paint. It's from Wargaming Designs. If you email Steve inquiring about it, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to talk about it. It's a really fantastic product. As it dries, it creates the texture itself, and I think it's the best stuff I've used to base in a very long time. It's as fast as doing sand and glue, because whilst you apply the glue with a brush, you apply this with a brush, it takes about the same amount of time to dry. So it's brilliant, and it's already coloured. Then just a real quick dry brushing over the texture paint, just to add a little bit of extra depth to it. It's just the same brown I used for the leather, just straight over, heavier in some areas because I like a bit of difference on the base and everything I do. That's it. And then I just on the other side of him, opposite the tree stump, I popped a little grassy bush on, just so the base, because I'd use a larger base than I would normally for him because I wanted the extra intrigue on. I just didn't want it to look too lonely the other side, so whack a little bush on. Okay, so now just to finally finish him off, I used really verdant scatter mix, sawdust mix for the base. I just put the glue on in patches so it looks like he could be on like the edge of a woodland. I like to create these little stories whilst I'm painting like little unique figures like this, and even for larger armies, like where are they, you know, so that helps you do the base, that helps you do the clothing colours. He could be a highwayman, he could be a guard on the investigating stuff on the edge of a woodland, hence why the tree's been chopped down. The villagers use the tree for wood, whether that's for building or fires, I don't know, but it helps you to form your base up, helps you paint the guy as well, especially if you've got like a larger scheme involved. And now these guys fully finished. As I say, this is a figure that I got from Russia. I bought a load of them on eBay, all sorts of fantasy and sci-fi stuff, just because I was intrigued by them, to be honest, and there's a fair few of them in here. Another one that was also in the same batch was that I put pictures on my Instagram, was of the cat in like power armour, and I painted up as Spock, and he was part of it. There's a wolf in there, which I'll obviously paint up as my DireWolf logo. But yeah, he took 27 minutes and 12 seconds to go from totally, you know, raw plastic to cleaning him up, putting him on a base, priming him, painting him, basing him. So I don't think that was too bad. I think he did a good job of it too. I mean, he looks nice and smart, and he's got a nice little tree stump on his face as well. So yeah, that's it guys, that's the end of DireWolf Randoms episode 2. If you like the video, or you know somebody that'd like it, share it with them and leave us a like, it really helps us out a lot. Subscribe to the channel, it's free to subscribe, and you'll be able to get a notification through like that as soon as we post new videos. We're on Instagram at DireWolfWargaming. I post a lot of content on there, stuff that I don't do videos on. I like my Fallout project, I've done a shorts video on that, but I probably won't do painting videos on it because I don't know how 12mm figures would really come up well on film. I've got a painting service on my website, DireWolfWargaming. I've also got some great MDF products like my paint racks, my dice trays are really popular as well, and I'm also working on some paintbrush holders as well, because you kind of need to know with them. Anyway, that's about it guys. Check out our website if you want some great stuff or want your figures painting. Subscribe and join the pack. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you later guys.